Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca and I am currently a paraprofessional in a school district in New Jersey. So, for my case study, I am going to be talking about an 8-year-old student, and she is in the autism and ABA classroom in my school, actually in the classroom that I work with. So, her diagnosis as of right now is just autism, and the reason for this intervention and this case study is um, right now, the school that I work with, they go from K to 2. Then they move next door for grades 3 to 5. So her mother wants her to move up to a higher functioning classroom next year, and it's called an MD classroom or a multiple disabilities classroom. In that classroom next year, they will have about 12 kids, and in the ABA and autism classroom, it is capped at 6. The teacher that I am working with believes that she needs to be in the ABA and autism classroom because she has so many interfering behaviors, and it wouldn't be fair to the students or her for her to be in the MD classroom. So the behaviors of concern that we will be talking about today is vocal and motor stereotypy, and then very rarely self-injurious behaviors. So in the year that I've been working with this client, I've only seen her engage in 2 instances of self-injurious behavior, and we put it on the data sheet, self-injurious behaviors, just to show that she's no longer engaging in these behaviors. So last year, she engaged in high instances of self-injurious behaviors, and we just wanted to show mom that it's great that she's not engaging in these behaviors anymore, but now she's come up with more behaviors that interfere. And we just wanted to show mom that these self-injurious behaviors are low or non-existent at all. So the function of the behavior, and FBA was conducted on this child, and the function of her behavior is escape. So anytime it's noisy in the classroom, so during morning meeting when there's songs being played, or in a group activity such as doing like an art project, she tends to engage in more vocal or motor stereotypy. She also engages in these behaviors when something is difficult for her. So she engages in vocal stereotypy when there's addition or spelling, or she tends to tense up, which is the motor stereotypy. So when she does something that she likes, such as coloring, she doesn't engage in these behaviors at all. So mom was concerned and asked the teacher to send a video of what her child is doing in the classroom, and mom has told the teacher that she's never seen any of these behaviors before, and we decided to implement an assessment and interval recording, try to decrease these behaviors. So if not this year, if not next year, the following year, she should be able to push in to morning meeting and or go to the MD classroom. So the assessment that we chose was partial interval recording, so for 1 minute of every hour. So basically, we choose 1 hour, and we also have to do morning meeting to show that she's not ready to be in morning meeting yet. And anytime that she engages in that behavior, we look at the time, and then we circle what she's engaging in. So the 1 hour will be random throughout the day. So sometimes it's during one-to-one session, or sometimes it's during group session. So although we only use that data for about an hour and a half throughout the day, she does have a one-to-one currently in the classroom, and whenever she engages in these undesirable behaviors, we stop her. So if she's engaging in vocal stereotypy, we will interrupt her by asking her a question that she knows the answer to, such as, what is your name, what school do you go to, and likewise for the motor stereotypy. So whenever she's engaging in that, we have her do a one-step direction, such as clap your hands, touch your head, etc. So she has a token board, and if she's quiet for an extended amount of time, she earns a token. And then when she has 3 tokens, she gets to move on to her table, we call it, And basically at this table, she's allowed to engage in the vocal and the motor stereotypy for 1 whole minute. I did want to know that I did say that that there's no time limit set on how long she's quiet for, because there are some days where she can be quiet for a full minute, and there are days where she can only be quiet for 30 seconds. We would like to ideally set a timer, and that way our data is consistent in how long she's quiet for. However, this child, if she does hear the noise of the timer, will start to fixate on the timer. So she'll make the same noise of the timer, or she'll say the timer go off and stuff like that. And we also allow her to engage in these disruptive behaviors during recess, lunch, as well as specials, because in the gen ed classes, usually these are the times where they can become noisier. And we don't want to limit her the entire time, because that's just not going to happen. So we decided that I spoke to the BCBA that I work with, and we decided on this assessment because it's such a high frequency of behavior. It's the most efficient way for all of us to collect data, because sometimes the teacher is not only working with her one-to-one, but is also teaching the class. So someone will step in while the teacher's teaching and work on the behaviors. And it's just easier to look at the time and circle the time. We didn't want to collect frequency data because we wanted to show the mom that there are some instances throughout the hour where the child does not engage in motor stereotypy or vocal stereotypy for an extended period of time, such as, I think the highest was 2 minutes. If we do frequency data, mom can't see that. So that's why we chose this one in particular. And then the results of this assessment have been very positive so far. So this assessment was just started in the beginning of May. So while the behaviors are still pretty high, it is a lot lower since we've implemented this procedure. So there will be a meeting towards the end of the school year. So in New Jersey, our school years end late June, where we'll show that although her behaviors have decreased since this implementation, it's not enough for her to go into an MD classroom next year. However, the teacher next year has met with our current teacher, and we have shown her what we've been doing and working on, and she's going to try and implement those protocols next year and throughout ESY. So hopefully towards the middle of the school year, so in January, or even the school year of 2025 to 2026, the child will be in the MD classroom that the mother wants her to be in. And that is my case study thus far. Bye, guys.